the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. And guys, for the Mavericks, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And tonight, we get to see DeAndre Jordan. Kenny's come a long way since being drafted in the second round back in 2008.
Man, I can't believe he's been in the league over a decade. That's amazing. Either you're getting old or he's
I'm not getting old. I'm not aging at all.
One of you guys are getting old. But he went from a project to an NBA All-Star.
Excellent defender, excellent rebounder. Most of his points come within 5 feet of the basket. Drafted in the second round, but guess what? Kenny's got the $200 million.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The Mavericks hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
Boy, I tell you what, it's been a grit and grind effort for them. They know how to win, and that's not something you could say about them last year.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kev. Well, Rick Carlisle is a coaching graybeard. He's entering his second decade as coach of the Mavericks. He led them to the franchise's first and only title in 2011. Now, Eric Spoelstra lost that series to Carlisle, and he says of him, he's a Hall of Famer, a trailblazer as president of the Coaches Association. We all owe him a great deal. Kevin?
He is a legend. Thank you, D.A. You know, Clark, some say slow and steady wins the race. That's been the approach for both of these two teams.
Well, there are a lot of different ways, Kevin, to have success on the basketball court. We like the high-octane up-and-down approach. We've seen that work, but it's also possible for teams to be effective in the half court, taking quality shots, controlling the pace a little more, and high-level execution becomes a premium then.
I think both these coaches know they've got to have the style and speed that fits their lineup, fits the guys they've got on that roster.
Coach to your personnel.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Now Burke, so a look at our starters for the Knicks. Hardaway and Porzingis, your small and power forwards. Trey Burke is out there with Ntilikina, and it's Cantor in at the 5.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2. And sometimes it seems the age of interior scoring big men has come and gone. Enes Kanter, one of the rare big men who can dominate a game offensively in the paint, great hands and the strength to create space.
And that one misses. And you talk about Cantor's inside game, but he's got a solid jump shot.
It looks very comfortable all the way out to 20 feet. I think before long we may see him add a three-point shot to his repertoire.
Now here is Hardaway, following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Passes it to Burke. Porzingis inside, guarded by Powell. Porzingis can't hit. Now the Mavericks with it. Doncic kicks to Smith. To the inside. Powell, the pass to Smith. He dishes it to Jordan. Dallas moving the ball around. Chalk up 2 there.
Boy, the size and quick release Barnes has helps him inside. I mean, he feels very comfortable shooting from here.
Outside, Porzingis. To the middle. Doncic with the steal. Now here's Powell. Guarded by Porzingis. Powell finds Smith. And the 3 off target. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's Ntilikina. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
Boy, nice control of the floater there by Ntilikina. When the D gives him space to shoot it, he makes him pay.
So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now. They honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
Barnes kicks to Jordan.
I think they got to get it going. A 1-for-5 start, not what they wanted.
Here's Ntilikina. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. They get it again. Outside, Porzingis. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
And you know, Dennis Smith Jr. is a player who just is oozing with confidence when you see him play.
I just love how Smith Jr. will attack every player he goes up against. Chris Paul, who Smith Jr. goes way back with, noticed how even as a rookie, he approaches every challenge head on. As a rookie, Smith Jr. was just jawing at the vets and dunking on everyone. He has the game to back up that personality.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Boy, the speed and shooting Smith possesses is dangerous. I mean, a speedy point guard who continues to get better.
Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Powell with the steal. Smith scanning the floor. Ntilikina with the rebound. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Outside Hardaway. Here's Cantor. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Jordan. Smith kicks to Powell. Back to Smith. Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Good D by Jordan.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Doncic kicks to Powell. Here's Smith. Knicks with the rebound. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Hardaway with a wide open look. It's rebounded by Dallas. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
You said it, Kevin. He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
Now here's Porzingis. And he also played a big role in their last game with Indiana. Powell, Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Here's Hardaway. Back to Burke. They could use a bucket. Powell pulls it in.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it, but you know what? He didn't. It happened.
And the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And DeAndre Jordan, the all-time leader in career field goal percentage, Greg, by a sizable margin.
Yeah, the most prolific dunker in the league, maybe in league history.
Let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. Andre Jordan is second, and of course, Enes Kanter.
As well as these two shot the ball, it was a nightmare situation for a defender guarding either one of them. It's so hard to stop them from getting their shots off.
Burke with it, covered by Smith. Burke can't get it to go. Hardaway against Barnes. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Barnes has got 6 points.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Porzingis with the ball. Powell's there. Ntilikina gets the bucket. Ntilikina's got his second basket of the game. Mavericks leading by 7. Now here is Smith. Lobs it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Now here's Hardaway. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Smith. And there's the pass to Doncic. Kicks it to Barnes. Jordan inside. He's against Kanter, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And DeAndre Jordan this last offseason opting out of his contract with the LA Clippers. He felt, Greg, obviously it was time to move on.
It didn't take long for Jordan to find a new home here in Dallas. Had almost signed with them last time he was a free agent. Closed the deal this time around.
2 shots.
Still has a lot to offer and a really good fit for this team inside.
And that one misses.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Matthews comes in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Smith. And the second free throw, good. And the Dallas Mavericks, despite having the 3rd worst record in the league, they had the league's highest attendance rate.
Really rabid fan base there, and they also donated quite a few tickets as well to schools, charities, you name it. So that helps when you talk about filling the arena. And quite honestly, it's a good move because kids are the fans of the future. Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Moutier, no good. Here's Dallas. They're on an 18-6 run. Now here's Barea, defended by Moutier. Barnes against Lee. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline J on the way. That one misses. His first miss of the game after making his first 3. Pass to Hazanya. He kicks it to Moutier. Puts it up from 12. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. And here is Barnes. 23 points for him the last game against the Lakers.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Blazing speed in the open floor. Hazonia sprinting well down the court and being rewarded for that effort.
Barea kicks to Matthews. Lee with the steal. Now here's Moutier, guarded by Barea. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
A free throw good from Moutier. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played. And that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies. And it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummins, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
Here's Hazonia after Wesley Matthews' score. Misses off the right iron.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now here's Barea. 11 points last game. That's Nowitzki at the elbow. Good on the 13-footer. Nowitzki's got his second bucket of the night.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
New York calls timeout.
You know, when I think of J.J. Barea, one of the words that comes to mind is fearless. I mean, he never hesitates to go right at big guys in the paint. Not afraid to force a tough pass through traffic. He's a very aggressive offensive player, and when you're as small as he is, sometimes that's the way you thrive.
And let's check out some stats for Courtney Lee, how he performed last season. Averaged about 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
With Barea, he is usually the shortest player, Clark, on the court, so he has no choice but to be fearless.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, smaller guys typically play with an edge because it's been instilled in them from early on in their careers, because everybody tends to doubt guys that don't have great size. Barea knows how to play in space and understands the value of ball movement. And when other guys try to bully him, that little hombre is pretty strong, and he pushes right back.
Knicks trail by 14. Here's Porzingis. Releases from the wing and drills it. Porzingis has got his second basket.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
And Harris wide open. He shoots offline with his 3.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Barea. The Knicks making the shot. Passes it to Matthews. And it's Matthews with the jam.
Nice display of speed by Matthews there. I mean, he loves knifing through the defense and getting to the rack.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. That one drops for him. Porzingis has got 6 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here we go, one-on-one. Lee in the posts, guarded by Harris. Shoots from 14. Lee, that's good. Berea with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. To the paint. Looks for Nowitzki. Gets it to him. Over Porzingis. And it's Nowitzki missing.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
No good from Lee. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. No good there.
You know, one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out. He's got that down pat.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 8. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talked about how special he feels marching his way up the all-time scoring leaderboard.
Makes you reflect, you know, milestones always make you reflect on everything. I've been really blessed.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and training buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York looking at who they've got. Hazonia's out there with Knox. Then it's Lee, and there's Porzingis, and it's Baker in at the 1 spot. Feeds it to Nowitzki. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You think of all the iconic players and the shots or moves associated with them. Hard to top Dirk in his one-legged fadeaway. I mean, it's one of the most unorthodox and most effective shots. And the fact that he's a 7-footer and does it that way, unique.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Dirk Nowitzki still producing with that shot he made so famous. Clark has helped him stay dangerous even at this age.
You know, Kevin, for younger viewers of the NBA, it's hard for us to describe to them how good Dirk was. I mean, this guy could get off any shot he wanted. He was unorthodox and a bit quirky, but so effective. He could put it on the floor. He could post, had unbelievable range for a big guy. You know, when he hangs it up, there's no question he's first ballot Hall of Fame material.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Back to Porzingis. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Monday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And when you look at that Raptors matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Matthews, Porzingis with the block. And even 3-on-3 break. And finish off by Hazonia.
Boy, and the bounceability of Hazonia. Man, he's incredible as a leaper. A great dunker when given room to launch.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-in-glove fit. The 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff. Thanks.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Now Barea still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kleba, the pass to Nowitzki. And no good. Nice D from Porzingis. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Barea. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And J.J. Barea, the bucket on the assist by Harris. Barea's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Mavericks?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at them. Show them you can shoot from outside all night long.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Knicks trail by 8. Pass to Knox. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Count it. Matthews has got 11 points.
And, you know, it's hard to keep pace with Matthews, especially in transition because he's got such speed.
Knicks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Then for the Knicks, Cantor checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Mario Hezonja. And it's Burke in for Lee. From 12 feet out. That one rolling around and rims out.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Knocked loose and stolen by Barnes. Here's Smith, and the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got a great vertical. I mean, this guy can bounce and dunk easily. Always a luxury to have a point guard who can throw it down on you when he needs to.
Now, here's Burke. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The shot's good from Cantor.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. And New York making a change here. Ntilikina's checked in. And here's Barnes for 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
That one goes. Count it. Cantor's got it back down to within single digits for the Knicks. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Smith. 5 points in the game. Now here's Powell. 6 to shoot. Shoots from 14. And that one's good. Barnes has got 8 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And Hardaway gets it to go.
No explanation for giving up these wide-open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
And here is Doncic. 35 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And, you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
Back to Jordan. The Knicks pull it in. Knox has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Ntilikina. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smith finds Barnes. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Hardaway passes to Knox. That one goes in. Now just a 5-point Maverick lead.
I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
Smith on the wing. Dallas, no good that time either.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Dallas shooting about 42% so far. Smith on the wing. Now the pass to Powell. On the wing, Barnes. Burke covering. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against New York.
Yeah, Barnes doing a nice job embracing contact on the way up. Superb at throwing himself into the defense and drawing the foul.
And he makes the first.
You know, you look at Harrison Barnes, and the question when he went to the Mavericks was, can he carry the offense? Many thought he might just be a product of the Warriors system, which he left. Well, he answered all the questions, and it's clear that he can be the focal point of an offense.
Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for New York. So he gets them both. And for Barnes, he heard the doubters when he left in free agency.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, a lot of people wondered if he could be a primary scoring option after being a complementary piece at Golden State, and he proved that he can be. Whenever he's been doubted, he's always risen to the challenge throughout his career, even going back to college. He can score the ball in a lot of different ways, and I don't think there's any question about him being an elite scorer the rest of his career.
Here's Smith after Enes Kanter's basket. And the dunk by Doncic.
Kevin can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
Here's Mudiay. Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Hardaway with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
That one misses. And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes. And, you know, by all accounts, last season was a fine debut for Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, he handled starting point guard duties from day one and was given room to learn on the job. Wasn't always easy, but this kid has talent and showed moments where you get an idea of how special he might be.
The first one falls. And for Smith last season, the goal was mostly to improve his game along with the teams.
Yep, exactly. And Dallas knew they wouldn't be competing for a lot and let Smith Jr. find himself, play through mistakes, learn on the fly. He improved his reads off pick and rolls and also showed improved vision as the season wore on. Guys at the point have to see the whole court at all times. One area, though, he's got to improve in is his defense and awareness on that end of the floor, because athleticism is there. If the awareness improves, this guy could be a demon on D.
Here's Knox. He's got 8. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Enes Kanter.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Smith kicks to Barnes. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Knox. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Doncic. You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
And so he hits both.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Ntilikina can't hit.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And that's 10 points for Smith.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Now, here's Kanter. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
Here's Barnes. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Barnes has got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, very efficient. Can't get much better than that, Kevin. A guy who takes high percentage shots with his stroke. Love his game.
Moutier finds Kanter. With some arc. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket for Moutier.
Awesome feed there. That pass was on point.
Smith outside. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Ntilikina passes to Moutier. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Smith with it. 10 points for him. Barnes outside. Over in the corner, Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
An average shooter from deep, but it's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
Knicks trail by 11. Ntilikina kicks to Kanter. Pass to Ntilikina. Shot clock at 6. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Barnes outside. There's the feed to Powell. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, he does a nice job, Kevin, keeping the ball high inside when his shot is being challenged, and for that, you've got to give Powell credit.
44 seconds left in the first half. Now, here's Moutier. He's guarded closely. Over Smith. Up again. Passes it to Ntilikina. His 3-pointers off the mark. Dallas leading by 11. Barnes kicks to Doncic. Here's Smith. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8. New York's gotten half their shots from 3-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Now Moutier. Fades away. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first half of play. It's Dallas. They lead by 13. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Harrison's shots definitely falling in the first half. How did you guys get it going?
Just us playing off each other, trying to get to the basket, trying to work it around. When it's balanced scoring like we have tonight, everyone tries to feed off each other.
Strength in numbers, right? Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Big-time play throughout the first half from Dennis Smith. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
And Kenny, your take on New York?
Well, look, they turn the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You gotta like what Dennis Smith has done in this game.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Jordan is out there with Powell, and it's Smith in at the 1. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half.
Hey, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
To the paint, here's Burke. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Now here's Doncic, guarded by Porzingis. Smith for 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Cantor's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Burke. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Taking a look at some stats for DeAndre Jordan. Last season, he played outstanding. 2nd in rebounding. And he ranks 2nd in the league in field goal percentage. Able to finish with force and even a little finesse at times.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said, playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin, will see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A. Hardaway, no good. Mavericks leading by 15. Here's Doncic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now here's Burke. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And he banks in the layup.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Now, here's Doncic. 11 points in the game. In the corner, Smith with it. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Back to Smith. Over Hardaway. And it's Smith that time on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th assist in this one. Knicks trail by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Left side, Porzingis. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That's foul number 2 for him.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Mavericks making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Lee's checked in for the Knicks. Ron Baker comes in for Frank Ntilikina. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a Renaissance man.
Clock at 4. That's a 2 from Lee. And that one goes long. Mavericks leading by 17. Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Luka Doncic, not the top pick in the draft this past June, but one of the more exciting names out of this rookie class.
Dallas made a point to trade up and draft him. Doncic not playing in the Summer League as he has had a hefty workload in Europe before the draft. Still came away with Euro MVP honors, and at his age, that is incredible.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Doncic. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Burke kicks to Baker. And here is Burke. Shot clock at 5. The 3. The Knicks rebound. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. New York shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Harris is checked in for Dallas. And Cantor drops them both. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
And so here is New York. The Mavericks making the shot to the middle. Porzingis. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. And 11 points for Porzingis.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke.
Doncic with it. 13 points in the game. To the inside. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for that Thunder game, they won't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I could see them walking away with this one.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Mavericks leading by 15. Now Doncic kicks to Powell. Here's Harris. He sinks the 11-footer. Harris has got his first points of the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 11. And the pass to Baker. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Doncic. Baker, no good. Now here's Nowitzki. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Here's Doncic. Barnes left side. Lee with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Baker. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Mavericks leading by 15. Harris finds Powell. Pass to Barnes. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Lee against Barnes. Burke looking over the floor. He kicks to Cantor. 4 on the shot clock. Really left alone that time. Cantor's got 16.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
Barnes passes to Powell. Harris outside. Nowitzki right side. Shoots over Cantor. Nowitzki, no good. Knicks trail by 15. Here's Porzingis, and the Knicks good for 2.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Kristaps Porzingis standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Barea subbed in for Doncic. The Knicks also changing it up. Azania, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's Moutier in for Burke. Here's Kleber. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Tipped away. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Moutier. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5.
2 shots.
A free throw good from Moutier. And he makes both free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Now here's Matthews. He's got 11. Down low. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
New York, no good that time either. Dallas leading by 13. Harris outside. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 3 assists in the game. For New York, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Baker kicks to Hezonja from past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nowitzki's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Kleba. That shot misses. And New York will come the other way. Hezonja with the ball. He's against Nowitzki. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. A three-pointer off the mark. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Harris dishes to Nowitzki. Passes it to Kleba. Matthews finds Nowitzki over Porzingis. Nowitzki, no good.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting. Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. Reminds me of my days doing work down there. When you have this kind of positioning, scoring is simple.
Now here is Harris. He's got 5. Here's Baker. It's good. Baker's got 4 points this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dallas calls timeout. For the Knicks, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Lee, and it's Ntilikina in for Ron Baker. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Mavericks. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Nowitzki against Porzingis. Nowitzki kicks to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kleba. Good on the triple. Kleba's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now here is Hardaway. Right side Porzingis. The fader. And the Knicks good for 2.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Mavericks leading by 13. Barea, the pass to Harris. It's tipped, but he recovers it. Here's Matthews. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Dennis Smith in for Devin Harris. Knicks trail by 13. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Back to Moutier. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Smith finds Jordan.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
1:25 left to play in the third. Porzingis, the basket, good off the assist from Moutier. 17 points for Porzingis.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Barea, the pass to Smith. Back to Barea. That's a 2 from Matthews. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Knicks trail by 13. Hardaway from outside. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Nice shot by Smith.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Here's Ntilikina. Outside, Porzingis. Now here's Moutier. Tight defense on him. Back to Porzingis. Lets it go from deep. Jordan with the rebound.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Smith outside. Over in the corner, Matthews. Misses the three. Here's Ntilikina. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Hazonia. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. and it's Ntilikina in at the point. Mavericks leading by 15. Now here's Matthews. Here's Smith. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you've got to do better than that against Smith Jr. Be careful how you defend him inside.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Dallas?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Knicks trail by 16. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Knox. Back to Porzingis. The three. Cans it from downtown. Porzingis has got 11 in the second half.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
Barea against Hardaway. Barea, the pass to Kleba. That's tipped. Jacks up a three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th assist in this one. And it's the Knicks with the ball. It's a 16-point game. And there's the pass to Ntilikina. And he makes that one.
And Ntilikina is skilled, really skilled at getting good position in the post. I mean, he uses his quick instincts and understanding of the positioning to score inside.
Now here is Smith. Smith drawn the double team. Barea with a wide open look. Another three for Dallas.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Here's Knox. Here's Hazonia. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Makes it off the glass.
And being that he's 6'8", Hazonia is really a menace inside. He gets his shot up easily in the paint area.
Mavericks leading by 15. And here's Smith. Matthews with it, and it's Hezonja with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Dallas. Doncic comes in for J.J. Barea. And a switcher also for New York. Burke, he's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And the basket is good. And that's now 19 points for Smith.
Yeah, I like seeing Smith catch and fire. I mean, he's really good at getting in the lane off the dribble, but when he can catch and fire, that's even better.
Burke with it, guarded now by Barnes. Hardaway against Matthews. They double him with Jordan. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's New York with it. Knox the pass to Ntilikina. Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Burke can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 17. Over in the corner, Matthews. Off target from outside.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Pass to Knox. Baseline try. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Matthews finds Barnes. Down low. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Ntilikina. Burke can't get it to go.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
New York, no good that time either. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Jordan kicks to Doncic. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 6 assists here tonight.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Jumps up, and the dunk by Barnes.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Porzingis. The Mavericks making the shot. Bucket is good.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Smith kicks to Jordan. Over in the corner, Matthews. They get it back. Second chance shot. A nice shot by Jordan. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 18 rebounds. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. New York again turning it over. And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. And then for New York, Cantor, he's checked in for Knox. And Lee's subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 15-6 run. Smith right side. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Wow, that is strong production there. When Smith gets going, he's really hard to slow down.
Burke, the pass to Lee. Jordan against Porzingis. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway. Clark, if you were a general manager, and I think you'd make an outstanding one, during the pre-draft process in particular, a player has declined to work out for you. Would you still consider drafting?
Yeah, I would consider it. Again, there would be some extenuating circumstances. Why has he declined? What have we seen? Obviously, I'm hopeful that my scouting staff has taken a look at him, and I've seen the kid up close and in person and done my due diligence, so I've got a comfort level with who he is and what he can become. But I don't think the declining of a workout is enough reason to just dismiss a prospect that you like.
Burke can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Barnes.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Devin Harris is checked in for Smith. And then for New York, Noah Vonleh comes in for Porzingis. And it's Ron Baker in for Ntilikina. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Clark, when you were playing to complement your inside game, you had that wonderful mid-range jumper, but more and more, players are going away from it.
I think it's all driven by analytics, Kevin. I mean, everything is about the three-point shot, efficiency of your possessions, go for three when you can or get it to the rim. And that makes sense from a mathematical standpoint. From a game standpoint, though, if a quality shot is a mid-range shot for a good shooter, I think you should take them all the time. I mean, that would just be my posture. So I differ with the analytics. I understand what they say. But if I was coaching, guys get a good mid-range jumper from a quality shooter, we're shooting it every time.
And here are the Mavericks now. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Barnes. Dallas again missing. Knicks have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. And that'll be his third foul so far. Smith checked in for Dallas. The Knicks also changing it up. Porzingis comes in for Noah Vonleh. And it's Ntilikina in for Ron Baker. Porzingis inside. Powell's there. That shot off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here is Smith. Burke covering. Here's Barnes. Good D by Lee. For New York, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. In terms of competitive balance, Clark, with 2-3 teams being the heavy favorites every year, what do the other teams really have to play for?
Well, first and foremost, the opportunity to rewrite that script. I mean, just because teams are heavy favorites don't mean they're going to prevail in competition. So that's the first thing. And you never know what can happen. We've talked about it before, Kevin, the unpredictability of teams and seasons, how they play out, injuries, personnel, all of that stuff factors in. So if you're a competitor, you want to knock off whoever's expected to be the top team.
And it's Smith finishing it off.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Burke kicks to Porzingis. Lee against Barnes. Here's Cantor. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Barnes outside. It's Powell on the wing. Over Porzingis. Nice D from Porzingis. New York shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Passes to Ntilikina. Shoots a 3. Jordan with the rebound. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Powell dishes to Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A lot of super teams trying to form right now, Clark, in the NBA. Golden State, one of them. Talk about some of the sacrifices stars have to make, for instance, in Houston, when they join forces.
Kevin, that's such a great point, and one that's often just overlooked or underemphasized, the sacrifices you have to make to be a championship team, and usually that starts at the top of your roster with your best players. And sometimes they have to bend and mold their games to the people around them. So that's a hard part of it. Just because you put together a lot of talent, as we've seen, doesn't mean you're going to win a championship. So the sacrifices, the commitment, those are big parts of contending for titles.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Harrison Barnes. The Knicks also changing it up. Mario Hezonja's checked in for Porzingis. Ron Baker comes in for Frank Ntilikina. And it's Moutier in for Trey Burke. He hits both from the stripe. The Knicks shooting 43% from the field. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Jordan against Cantor. Pass to Hezonja. 5 on the clock. No good with the triple. The Maverick shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Smith on the wing. They get a hand on it. Out to the right wing. Doncic. Good on the three-point shot. Doncic has got 21.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this fourth quarter.
Now, here's Moutier. Back to Hezonja. And finished off by Hezonja.
Excellent awareness to sky for the alley-oop that time by Hezonja. Seeking out those opportunities quite well.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Kleber. Back to Smith. Outside for Jordan. Smith up top. And the pass to Kleber. And it's off from three-point range. New York's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Barnes.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Free throw good, Jordan. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Moutier finds Hezonja. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Baker. Over Harris. Baker, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Harris passes to Jordan, and here's Barea. Shoots the 3. Unable to get that one. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Wesley, nice win after the last loss. How important is it to win these home games?
We need all of them. We need every single home win we can get. And like you said, it was a good bounce-back win for us. And we got to get ready for our next game.
Great job, Wesley. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.